All right, so today I wanted to show you a few extra techniques for your Who Am I sculpture beyond acrylic paint that you maybe want to try, just to add a little bit more detail, accentuate details, or just experiment with. Okay, so from the back of the classroom, let's see, back right of the classroom, there's some yellow bins with some art material. So I've grabbed some markers, I grabbed some color pencils. And I grabbed some chalk pastels, right? So you maybe have experimented with all of these things before. So I've also grabbed just a test piece. This is a piece that I kind of just do some testing on. And so I thought maybe we'd try adding on some of those drawing techniques onto our acrylic paint and see what happens, okay? So here's a piece that, again, like I've just used over and over a few different times for some different techniques. And I have a black marker here, okay? So maybe on your sculpture you want to actually write some things. Maybe you want to pull out some details. I can absolutely do that just on my clay. The clay accepts markers, right? So I can be drawing onto the clay surface. Okay, I can get any line work on there. I can go over my acrylic paint and pull out anything. Maybe this fish scale, a texture I want to pull out, so maybe I'm going to go back in and define that a little bit more, right? So you can play around with some of those markers, see if that's something that works for your design. Color pencils work okay sometimes too, depending on the color you're choosing. All right, so I can go in and start to kind of create some different color combinations here. Okay, I can do some blending and layering. All right, so that's some color pencil action. I like using chalk pastels. That's one of the things that I think creates a nice subtle sort of variation in the color. So if you've never used chalk pastels before, it might be worth experimenting with. But they kind of look just like chalk, right? And so they are a little messy on your hands, but that's okay. All right, so, but I can go back in on the surface and I can like lay some color down. Can you see that? Okay, and then you can use your fingers to softly blend it. Okay, so maybe I put down like a light blue if I'm doing water or something like that, and maybe I want to go back on top with a dark blue. And so like the textural quality of my clay might pick up some of the dark blue chalk pastels, and the light blue might play really nicely with that. So you can kind of experiment with adding some of those other drawing materials if you want. Today, as you think about finalizing your Who Am I sculpture and the color design.